Hello. And we are here with the Music Prophet.
Hi.
Yeah, this is our guest.
Hello, I'm Shawn, the Music Prophet. Did you come up with that? Hello, there's my microphone.
There it
Hi.
is.
Hello. Hi, CKLU. Hello. Hi, Kyle. What's up?
It's good. I'm excited you're on.
Oh, thank you. Excited to be here. Very happy to be here. Music Prophet, was that you? Who came up with that?
Somewhat. It was a mix of my Instagram handle.
What is your handle?
Buddy the Prophet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. It's this high school joke.
Yeah.
That has become accurate.
What's
somewhat.
the joke?
That I'm good at predicting things.
Yeah. What's next?
We're gonna talk about weird things.
Okay then, lovely.
I think that's next.
Yes, okay, the prophet's coming true.
But overall, honestly, it has been I have this ability to find people that are trying to change things.
Okay.
I seem to be good at that.
Well, that's a great skill to have, isn't it, eh?
It is.
Like a scavenger or something. Okay.
Yeah, because you can really tap into it. And so then when I thought of the show, and I thought of who do I want to bring on, and what do I want to showcase?
Yeah.
It's all the upcoming talent and the people that are trying to really push boundaries and really get the music scene in Sudbury and Northern Ontario to really get forward.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So the name just kind of fit, you know?
Okay, yeah, love it.
A little bit of branding came into play, which is nice.
Branding, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, who's Brandon? But I just
Side note, though, Brandon is my middle name.
Your middle name, Kyle Brandon Vine.
Yeah.
That's great. They would call you Kai Brad Vine. Kai, I'm moving on. Okay, that's great, Brandon.
Yeah, on that note. But actually, I think you mentioned before this that you were noted in Exclaim.
Oh yeah, well I so my group, I have a Toronto band now called Pacer, and we were featured in one of the best of, it's like the upcoming bands of the 2019. So we were one of the 2019 hot acts or something. And there was a lot of heat that night, so it checked out.
So it makes sense.
It
yeah.
makes sense. Yes, they picked right, I guess. Hopefully, thank you, Exclaim.
How did that feel though when you found that out?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's really hard. Like after a while, you stop trying to get like locked on like credits or just like anything that's like, it's really hard to like define success when you're like a musician, especially these days, because like nothing's really oh, sorry for hitting that microphone there. Nothing's really concrete, so you don't want to get your hopes up and stuff, but seeing like, it's really validating. It's just like, okay, cool, we're working really hard, and it's nice that people recognize that sometimes. And it was a great show, so that's
which is even better.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because recognition is kind of important, right? You can make your own music, but if no one really hears it or talks about it, then...
Well, I mean, you could argue either way. I used to definitely crave recognition. I think that, like I used to be a little bit of a validation hog, and I would just slurp it all up. But lately I've been trying to, like, cauterize that and just, find security within yourself. That being said, when you get the gigs, it's just, like, it's nice. It's just so hard, success, it's, like, hard to, like... it's like you try to let those things define you, the
accolades, right?
Accolades, yes, thank you. Okay, filling me in. The accolades are nice, but then they're over, and then it's like, well, what's next?
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Mouth is always watering.
Yeah, because you get the accolades, and then all of a sudden, it's over, and people forget. And you're like, all right, well. And for also, it was just one show. It was just one little thing, and it's it's like a bird's eye view, bigger scheme. It's not really anything. It was just important to me for a moment, and that's like that's the power in that is that it was like an important thing for 1 second, and that was cool. So thank you, Exclaim. Yeah, shout out to Exclaim.
All right, good magazine. All right.
They do well.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure they do. I see them everywhere. Sometimes I look inside of them and I find new info. Thanks.
Where do you go for new bands, though?
Where do I go for new bands?
At this point,
it's changed lately. I haven't been looking because since I've started my full-time career with the music video and then the band has been a bit more prevalent. It's really hard to also become a music fan, I find, because it's I've been listening to a lot of ambient stuff, but where to go for that? Lately, Spotify is so cool because you just go to related artists, and I like to just at like 3 a.m. I have a little manic compulsion where I'm like, I need to hear the best like rock and roll banger before I fall asleep, or else I won't, have else my heart will keep like racing or whatever. Yeah. And so you just go on Spotify and you find one thing you like, then you go, what's like that, what's like that, and you do that 5 or 6 times, and then whatever you play will probably be pretty cool, maybe, or it sucks.
That is a go-to. Honestly, even the Spotify playlists.
Mm-hmm. Oh killer. Yes, definitely, yes. Spotify. Shout out to them. A lot of media shout outs today. I love it. Yeah. They don't get enough recognition, I guess.
I mean, yeah, they don't pay very well, but they have some dope music.
Yes, exactly.
That is a really good point, though, because once you're so focused on work, you can't enjoy the music itself.
Well, it's hard. It's like there's so many. It's like the competitiveness of, which is not even real. It's just like something that's kind of like everyone seems to feel that there's competition, and so therefore it feels real, like it feels tangible, but it's not, right? There's no actual competition or anything, because it's all just everyone making it up, and that I find is that's what's been killing it a little bit. It's just, but I've been taking a bit of a break and breathing, just listening to the classics again lately, and trying to get more like I've been doing. I live in the valley, and no one's ever there in the valley, so I've been cranking the tunes and just like screaming. I've been going to industrial lots at night when they're abandoned. I just like crank up. I've been listening to The Damned a lot, just like some punk bands, and just screaming real loud, and no one's there. I got chased by a dog, but it was okay. I don't know whose dog it was, but it's what a cathartic release.
That really would be, because then no one complains.
No one complains. And then the weight's off. Rock and roll, the ultimate healer.
Have you played but you've probably played shows in those settings too, right?
In what's that? In industrial lots?
Yeah, industrial lots and just parking lots.
I've done parking lots. Yes, I did. The parking lot in front of the Smiths in the South End. That was a great time. That was great. I feel like parking lots are underused. Industrial lots, not yet. One day, though, that would be the dream. I have fantasies about playing in a junkyard, and the drummer's playing on like a garbage can or something, hitting the pots and pans. That'd be really fun.
That'd be great. A punk show where it's just instruments from the junkyard.
Yes, exactly. And then they can sleep in the trash cans afterwards.
Right.
God knows they already smell like them stinky punks. Oh no.
It can just become a party in the junkyard.
A party in the junkyard. I like that. Okay.
Future 2020 show.
Yeah, absolutely. Up here. Get on that, I guess. I'm trying to get them to do a Wacky Wings show, for God's sake. That's all I want. It's just a show in goddamn Wacky Wings. So I can finally, my two worlds can merge.
Right?
Which
is actually kind of funny, because when I was trying to look you up to find if you had like a bio anywhere.
Okay, yeah.
Which took forever.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Did you find one?
No.
Okay, wonderful.
So it was invented.
Yes.
But it was kind of funny, because in that process, one of the articles that came up was an interview with, I think it was with Pacer.
Okay.
And they asked, and the interviewer in the media asked you what you're doing after the show.
Oh.
And you said that you're probably going to go to Wacky Wings.
Oh, yeah.
And then Townhouse. It was the most basic answer.
Oh, because what do they expect, though? What do they want?
I don't know what they expect.
Well, the honest answer is what happens right after I play is I have I go into fugue state. That's always what happens. I go into fugue state for a second, disassociate, and then I'll wake up in Wacky Wings. That's the actual answer. Is I'll black out and I'll wake up here because my body's like, yo, that was a lot of adrenaline. You need to go somewhere holy. So then you go to the holiest of all places and you get some friggin' nugs. Give me some chicken nugs, Wackies. Thank you.
Yeah, that is. Because it's that reset, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, you need something, comforting. And to me, that, oddly enough, I find very comfortable in there. I feel like my people in there. They're not, no one's better than you. In Wackies, everyone's having a bad day.
Yeah. Everyone in there is okay with the limited beer selection.
I don't drink, but the sauce flavors though.
Yes, that is very.
Have you
been
to Wacky's, Kyle?
I have.
You have, yeah.
I have. I went there. Oh, actually, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on some of the sauce flavors.
That's okay. They got over 100. I don't know if this is how you want to use the time, because I could talk about Wackies for a solid 20 minutes.
I didn't have any expectations, so I'm good with talking about Wackies.
Okay, well, since I have a vessel, or what is it? I have a pedestal for a second. If anyone is listening, Wacky Wings. So here's the reasons why you go to Wacky Wings. One, the flavors. Oh my God, honey garlic barbecue. Obviously, you can just combine the two, but it's like they do it for you. Boneless nugs. I don't like the bones. It's too barbaric. I just want soft.
You just want to bite into it and get it done.
Exactly. Get it over with. Get the flavor in and out. That's how I eat. And then here's the you can get any dry rub flavor on your French fries. So you can get like dill pickle French fries, Kyle, and
sounds brilliant.
And it's great news. And the games and the music sometimes sucks, but sometimes it's great.
Sometimes those music videos. I have been there for gatherings, and the highlight is always the music video in the background.
Totally. And I hate talking to people, when you go out to eat. I hate talking. And then you can't because it's too loud and there's too many TVs, so everyone just shuts up and watches the chive. Yes, right? All the funny videos. It's so great.
Or when it's a basketball game that you don't care about.
Yeah, but
then
everyone else is so stoked though, and you're like, look at all these smiling faces. I live on top of a bar in Toronto, and when the Raptors won, it was beautiful just hearing. It was like a symphony or something. If everyone yelling.
Yeah, that'd be incredible, especially just being in that vibe.
Yeah, totally. Totally good vibe,
right? But you're not a sports fan, are you?
No, I'm not. I used to be a sporto, and then I got beat up a lot, and then I was like, "Fuck this!" And then sorry, and then I picked up a bass, and now I feel a lot better about the whole thing.
Then you became music guy.
Yes. Multifaceted guy, eh? I shouldn't speak for myself, though.
When was that? So when did you go from sports to the bass?
Grade 7. 13. Yeah. It was literally what happened was I was hanging out with all my Valley Jock soccer friends, and then we had a little hangout where we were shooting BB guns at each other, and then they were all like, yo, go in the pool and fish out all the BBs, but wear your goggles. And I was like, I didn't think of anything about it, so I go under the water. When I come back up, there's a firing squad of guns pointed at my face, and they're like, fire, and they all shot. They hit me between the eyes, and I was biking home, and I'm like, man, frick this. Like, this friggin' sucks. And I wrote my first song on the way home, and it was like fate. It was a very beautiful moment. And I don't know what they're doing now. I hope they're okay though. that's some issues they need to work out, shooting people and stuff in the face.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, like it's kind of one of those things where as a kid it sounds like a great idea.
Oh, totally. Maybe, I don't know. I think they thought I was bi. Maybe that's probably what it was.
Maybe. they caught some solid straight vibes.
They didn't like
in grade
that.
7.
They didn't like that in the Valley. No. Well, hey, shout out to all the Valley kids. There you go. You didn't win. Nice.
That's great. Do you do you find that you sometimes do this where you just go through your old projects?
Less and less. I used to. Sometimes I watch all my music videos back to back, and then I'm like. Part of it, some of it's like, oh, actually wasn't as, because I used to get really embarrassed when I put something out, then I like forget about it for a bit. It's like it wasn't as bad as it was, and it's a really good time machine. It kind of takes you back to that whole how you were back then, and I generally don't like how I have been in the past presently. So I look back in those and I'm just like, oh no, why was my hair so long, or why was I tripping about A or B or blank, like tripping about something or this or that, but. Yeah, well, it's great to observe your own work though, because I guess then you can learn, right? You can figure out what you're doing wrong and how you can grow, and stuff.
Yeah, you can definitely you can build off it.
Yeah,
in a way.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know. I found that with poetry.
Yeah.
I look at stuff I wrote 3 or 4 years ago, and it's terrible.
Yeah, totally. It's like kudos on you for being expressive. I think it's better to be expressive than to just not bother putting it down, because otherwise I think you're just gonna continue to be that 4 years. Like if you didn't write it down 4 years ago, maybe you'll still be thinking the way you did 4 years ago, and that's not, you know, progressive or whatever.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. I mean, and especially when it comes to creative outlets in general, if you don't do it, then you'll forget or just...
A really good piece of advice, my friend Tom gave, from the Tommy and the Commie guys, he gave me a really good piece of advice once, where he was like, even if you're writing a bad song, you gotta finish it. And I find that just kind of pans across all, like, creative art forms, or even just, like, freaking behavior patterns and stuff. It's like,
everything.
Yeah, it's like if you are... if you can't be halfway, you gotta, like, make sure you go full in, or, like, and complete it, so it's you can move on to the next thing, you know? It's boring to just, like, be stuck in a halfway mark or something.
Yeah. Like, then you don't progress forward, you don't really...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You don't see the accomplishment, and you don't see how you can fix it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then it's just, like, it's okay, it's very human to write a bad song, or to write a bad poem, or to write a bad whatever. It's just... I feel a lot of people, when they're in the creative process, they're very worried that the result has to be good. Obviously they want to be good, but they're so, I get that. I'm, like, so worried about being good, and then you're like, well, what even is good? And then also, like, what was my intention? Was my intention to make something good for other people, or was it just to, like, explore my brain or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, because your expectation going into it's different every time.
Mm-hmm, absolutely, yeah.
Do you find a difference though especially when you're in the band and then you're playing? Do you have an expectation that you want it to always be good, or are there times where when you're just jamming, writing a song draft?
Well, it's like, because being in a band is like, there's so many different stages, you know. It's like the performance stage, I have expectations for that, you know, like the recording stage, I have expectations, like the writing stages. I do have expectations. I shouldn't. I would ideally not, but, you know, I've been conditioned to. It's weird, once you start to do it, you feel like you have to continue to, you know, grow. I just expect myself to, like, I just can't write. I have to, like, keep growing and stuff. Even if it doesn't reflect in my work, in my head at least, I feel like I'm growing.
Yeah, you have to keep moving forward.
Yeah, exactly, yes. You can't move back. People who move back, I'm like, what are you doing? You go forward.
That's the hardest part. Honestly, like, I mean, if I think about it myself, I'm the same way.
You're the same way?
I do everything I can not to fall back.
No. Do you ever fall back?
Of course.
When? When did you do it? No, you don't have to do that.
Actually, this week I've
fell back
noticed.
This week. What happened?
No, Northern Lights.
Northern Lights, you fell back?
Yeah.
For what?
I built momentum.
Yeah.
For about a week and a half to actually get into more, or starting to expand my company. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, just, like, momentum stopped.
Yeah.
And then I lost all productivity in all projects.
Yeah.
And then this week has just been this weird maelstrom of unproductive moments.
Yes.
That you're just, like, you're basically, I had to reset.
Uh-huh.
And look at my habits and what did I do to get into flow state?
Yeah.
To begin with, it's been ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely. I get those. I'm in one of those right now. Well, actually, I'm in fight or flight right now because I got a lot of deadlines this week, and been doing a lot of.
It's also Pride Week, so
it is
busy
Pride.
too.
Yes. Happy Pride Week, y'all. But what you're saying, like the when it's like, I always feel like, for myself at least, I want to speak on your perspective or your experience. My experience when I get like that is that it's just like my body is like my brain is just like it's being productive constantly is exhausting, mm-hmm. not just for you but for everyone else around. It's like
absolutely.
I feel like my relationships suffer when I get to propel it, like I try to propel myself a lot, and sometimes it's a bit too much, you know, and then relationships suffer and everything, and it's like, what is the cost and what is actually important?
You lose sight of friendships, I feel like, and then eventually you start looking at things as, what can I get out of this, or how can this help what I'm doing? And
it's like, where are my intentions? Do I have good intentions for people right now, or do I just have good intentions for a self-serving thing? And if so, why? Why do I need to serve myself so bad? What was I denied in, like, previously in my life that I feel like I need to obtain now? Or whatever.
No, it's true. Like, it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
But have you, like, do you find that now with music too, where it's a flip side, where you've done so much that people tend to draw from you?
I don't know what people do with me. I have a very tunnel vision with that. I have no idea if people even know that I'm in a band. You seem to know that, so that's cool.
So one person knows.
One person knows. I don't know. I don't know what you think about it all. Adrenaline and anxiety, they're a powerful combo. I just like I don't know what people think. What was the question again? It was
just in general, do you find that it's the opposite now, where people are drawing on your relationship since you're so tunnel vision? Mm-hmm. You don't notice that they're drawing from that.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's so hard. I don't talk to people about it, I guess. So I don't have any I didn't collect any info. I hope people like it enough. I hope they find me at the very least funny. I hope they're like, oh, he's funny. That's a funny thing I just saw. I hope it didn't ruin their day. That's all I want. I hope I just didn't ruin someone's freaking day.
Yeah, that would be good for the comedy career.
Or just for anything. Yeah, just for my my need to please people or whatever. Yeah.
But actually, I think that is since we did mention Pride Week and pleasing people, I think it'd be interesting to delve into the element of pride and messages, because I feel like within all your bands, mm-hmm. you've been really confident and you've never really had to push anything.
And push any what?
Push certain messages. You've never really had to. Yeah. You've always been yourself. So, was that a natural thing?
Here's the thing. I've been seeing a lot. I have a lot of queer band friends and stuff, and this is actually a thing I've noticed a lot. Is a lot of people are really stoked when you don't seem to be pushing an agenda or something. And I almost feel like I wish I was kind of pushing something a bit more.
Really?
A little bit, just 'cause it's I don't know. I have some intention in regards to my sexuality and my music presentation. I just try to embody the gay rockstar hero that I needed when I was 13 and didn't get. Mm-hmm. So that there's no formal message, because I think being combative musically doesn't necessarily work, especially in these day and ages. Having some jagoff tell you to do something. So I already have a boss. I don't want to be bossed around by mm-hmm. Entertainers or something. But I wish I see a lot of queer people who are almost they're too afraid to have a pet. They just want to blend in, and that's good if they just want to if they want transparency, they just want to do that. But I feel sometimes where straight people get a lot of relief when you're just I don't even know, he's just doing his thing, I didn't even know, and
then they have that deep collective sigh.
Yeah, and I'm not labeling it good or bad. I don't want to. It's just something I've noticed, and I find it a little bit interesting. For me personally, sexuality came second. I knew I was I knew I was a rock star before I knew I was gay or queer or whatever. But now I also realized I was repressing a lot of my gender identity or my sexuality and all that stuff, and so I wish I had more confidence, I guess. I see some people who are going on the front lines, and as a gay person, seeing people who are brave enough to be empowered, and I find it very, very brave and very powerful. Because
it is, right? You're putting yourself out there mm-hmm. for mm-hmm. everyone. It's a vulnerable thing.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's I don't know. I don't know what messages need to be said for their perspectives. For me, I have a pretty good going. Well, that's not even true, but I just want people to feel connected to rock and roll. That's my message. It's just rock and roll heals wounds. And you can be gay if you want to. I just want people to be more in tune with their sexuality, be it straight or whatever, anything,
Yeah, it doesn't matter in that sense, right? Because if you know yourself and your sexuality, then you're happy in general.
Yeah, well, I hope so, yes. At least that aspect would be, more, you get more relief from that aspect, yes.
Yeah, that's that is a good point, because since your message is it's for everyone already, mm-hmm. there wasn't really a need to really put yourself out there as I'm gay first, rock second.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Identity in general. What a mess.
It is. It's a train wreck.
I've been trying to like lose my identity a little bit like lately, just because I feel like, for instance, like I don't know. It's like we value our identity so much, and it's very powerful to have an identity as a human race. But then I'm also like, is it a distraction? Like is being really focused on my identity and like how my appearance and everything, is that just distracting me from like achieving better, like more good in the world or something?
Oh, 100%. Especially with identity, you get trapped into the box that the identity created for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you're like, this is who I am, and everyone's like, and then everyone believes you, and then you have to continue to be that, and I don't know.
Yeah, then you become Nickelback.
I guess so. Yes, people don't want to do that.
No, you don't. You don't want to be put in a box like them.
No, I my first real performance in my life was Nickelback. I'll tell you that in confidence. In grade 4, I sang Nickelback for CTV's telethon, and they said no. They said no. So thank you, CTV. Shout out to CTV.
You're killing it on these media shout-outs.
You gotta hit them all. Sudbury.com, journal printing. Thanks for printing posts.
Of course.
I'm done. Thank you.
Are you sure there's no more shout-outs?
Yeah, but just let them come. I don't want to do them all at the same time. Because then it feels disingenuous because then it feels like, oh, you threw me in there too. You didn't actually want me.
Yeah, you did. I wasn't an actual support. It was just for nice kindness.
You were just naming names at that point. Yes, exactly.
Are there a few names that? So you've worked with a lot of people, right?
Yes.
But let's name some people instead.
Some people.
Some musicians that you've worked with that people should know about.
Like, what are some bands that people should listen to?
Yeah, some bands or like certain guitarists or.
Okay, there's some. I'm sorry. This is just like, I'm just a little bit overwhelmed. There's so many. It's like
That's what I know. As soon as I asked it, I was like, oh, this is a big question.
It's too many people. So many people I know just are really I'm overwhelmed by the amount of talent we have in this community. In Toronto less so though, just because of saturation, and like here every local artist here, I get blown away. It's like the quality control here is insane. I think it's because maybe we're all deprived of, so then we have a lot of time on our hands, and so it's like if you're gonna pick up something, you might as well be a prodigy about it. There's a lot of prodigies in Sudbury, I find. I don't know, people that I've worked with, like, so you just want me to like say who is good?
I mean, I was thinking more of like a general shout out to certain people that you've
worked with.
Yeah.
Okay.
More so than just general.
Shout outs to so probably the favorite artist I've ever worked with is Twist. I love their music the most. I find very, 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 very lovely people who just really, really want to work hard. Sam Coffey and the Iron Lungs, I always love those guys. They're very hard. They're working and they just are going for it. I don't know, man. There's too many. Cause I don't want to start naming names, because then if I don't name,
then you leave them out. Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot though.
But is there sort of, do you find that after you work with enough people, it starts becoming a blur, or do they all still stand out?
For their moment, I tried my best to give them their moment to shine, and then I'll feel that power. That's why I'm having a blank now, because it is a blur. It is like, I try to be present with it, and like I don't want to just like write it off. It's like that moment was powerful, and if I see them again, then I'll be reminded of how powerful they are. But it's just like I can't hold. I have a really hard time retaining. Like I always tend to let things go a bit too much. You know what I mean? It's like. I can tell you that I have an easier time telling you all the people who I had a hard time with, because a lot of times I have a good time with them. There's some people I had a hard time with, and to them, hey, just make the right decisions to move forward for those people. Don't rip me off next time. God, I get ripped off too much. God, I'm trying my best.
But that's actually a good point, right? Because you can be present, but when you're so active and jumping between everything.
Oh, it's insane, dude. It's like. For perspective, this week I had to, and I really hate when people like brag about their work stuff. I find it really tacky.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah.
But just for perspective, it's like I have 4 video edits. I shot a bunch of videos before I came back to stay for the summer. I have 4 video edits, and then I did like a little show last night. I played music last night, and then doing comedy tonight. It's just the matter of like each thing has its own world, and it has its like own group of people who have needs that need to be met, and you want to be respectful to everyone's needs, and you want to be able to like give your full self to them. But then when you have to like keep jumping, it feels like you're in like a room, like a black room, and there's a million doors, and you're just like each one has a little, and it's like, which door is this? And then I get the doors mixed up a lot, and that's why I have a hard time retaining stuff. Also, I think memory loss is a symptom of like some of the stuff that I do in my life, but
I mean, that's a whole other story.
Not drugs, by the way, just the brain stuff. Yes,
just in general, just brain.
Bad brain. Shout out to Bad Brains also. They're sick rock punk band.
I mean, it makes you unique. So
I'm unique. Yeah, it does. All the hardships. I'm like, at least I got character. Oh!
At least you have a story to tell.
Absolutely. Yes, that's true. Very true. Yes.
Actually, it is one of those things that at the moment you feel terrible, but when you look back a few years later, you realize, you really do have a whole narrative.
I think it takes like 7 years, because I'm looking back at who I was in grade 7 now, and I'm like, I was awesome. I thought I was so cool. But like back then I thought it was like, it's like, I think who I am when I'm 22 now is awful, but like the 10-year, I think it just takes time. He's got to like where I am. I love the child. I love my inner child again, which I didn't love for a long time. That's been really powerful.
And that's huge, because that's a big step in accepting yourself too, right?
Absolutely, yes. You need it. It's like, I like to view my inner child and myself as like a parental thing almost. It's like a good, it's like who I am today is I'm parenting my inner child. So that's so you don't lose control, but then the inner child has a good voice. So that way then you're able to like, you know what I mean?
I 100% understand.
It's like the child's got the driving wheel, but then it's like driver's ed. So like the adult present me is like just needs to be able to stomp on the brakes in case so you don't get in a crash. Because I crash too much. That's my big problem.
Because the adults, I mean, I almost feel like I run the same way, where it's that inner child. It's a creativity that I didn't tap into when I was 13 and younger.
Yeah, you did not tap into it.
I did not.
And now you are tapping into it now.
Because I tried to, right?
Yeah.
When I was young, I did play guitar, and I wrote, and I would start to get creative, but I wouldn't jump into it.
Okay. Yeah.
I never committed, but then now that I have the time, it is,
That's great. I'm really happy
the
for you then that you're finding time to express yourself. I feel like I wish everyone could, like, I feel like that's a very common, a narrative is people who felt like they wanted to be, a big baller, but then they never had the confidence, and now they're like, well, my time has passed, and it's like, it's
still here.
I was talking with them earlier, Sam Coffey and the Iron Lungs. Those guys are, I think one of them just turned 37 today, and they've been in a band for 10 years, and now they're starting to get on the radio, and it took
crazy.
10, and it's just like, you know what, like that gives me chills thinking about people who can like spend that long on something, and then it works, and it's actually like what it like you get. Sometimes it does work, and that's
because that's dedication, right? Yeah. I mean, it's almost a box that we put ourselves in, but we do think that once you turn 25 or 20,
then you're done. But it's like you just start. You can totally start. I think I kind of wish that I spent my early formative years getting all my behavior sorted out, because now I'm sorting out my behavior, and I feel like fixing your behavior as you get older is going to get harder and harder. But the music, you can pick up a guitar at any time in your life,
right?
Yeah. But whatever.
Yeah, it's hard to learn social cues.
Yes, exactly. I'm still learning. I'm making them. I'm making social cues.
You're making your own, which is all that matters.
Yes. Don't tell me how to talk.
Did music shape that though?
My social cues?
Yeah.
It definitely shaped my value system for a long time, and it made me really prioritize who I talked to and what I valued. And now I'm trying to unlearn it a little bit and realizing that I don't know. Music also, one thing that's nice is it taught me a lot of humility, because it's very humbling being spreading yourself out there, and then like obviously no one really cares because everyone, why would they? And so it makes you have to really like look at yourself and be like, what do I like about myself, and what do I, you know? So in that regard, yeah, it does. Like music definitely does. And like also, I would never go out to a bar unless I played a show or something. Like I wouldn't go. So yeah, social cues. I'm more of, I think I have antisocial cues more than anything.
Yeah, because especially since you're fully dry.
Yeah, totally.
Or I mean, or as someone that doesn't drink, like you wouldn't have those experiences, right?
Bars don't make sense to me at all. I like Wacky Wings. I like Wacky Wings. You got TVs, and they got
it's a restaurant.
You can sit and be quiet and just eat your food. Hello, are you taking a picture right now?
I am.
That's cool.
It's a cover, you know, like you need content.
You need content. That's what you need. Assets. You need assets. 1080p. You know, we need. What's the frame rate like? You know, or is it interlaced? That's okay.
You're lucky because the Pixel is a solid 1080p photo
quality.
Man,
give me that fine quality, that dynamic range.
And if it's video, it goes straight up to 4K.
Straight 4K. All four of them.
It's pretty incredible.
We got the 4Ks here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love it.
But actually, I guess we have to go.
Cool. Well, thank you for talking.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, thank you.
Well, yeah, thanks for coming on, Shawn. That was fun.
Yeah, that was great. Cool. Rock and roll, shake your hand.
Yes. Okay. And thank you for listening to The Music Prophet, 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 to the music profit, 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 to the